Oh my goodness, hello. How are you guys doing today? Ooh. I was trying to find my shades. I couldn't find my shades anywhere. I was like, oh my god, I feel naked. How's everyone doing? Into this Sunday stream. I feel like I'm looking right into the sun right now, but that is okay. That's why I have these shades. Hello. Corinne, nice to see ya. Duffy, nice to see ya. Konnichiwa, nice to see ya. Hashiraha, nice to see ya. Thank you for popping in. Alright. I'll wait for a few more people to pop in. We're going to have a nice kind of chill stream today. I do plan to make this a video on my channel. So, the live stream will kind of be part of it, but I do kind of want to make this a video because I think this would be fun to do. A little edited recommendation for every single anime genre. So, I will wait for a few more people to pop in. I do think I need to get rid of these for the time being. Yeah, I'll look a little more YouTube friendly. So yeah, I really like your covers. Thank you, Corinne. I appreciate it. Thank you for popping in. I am a filthy weeb, so I do know a lot of things about this. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to pop in case they are interested. So, as you guys know, popping in. If you just popped in, this is a seasoned anime viewer gives recommendations for every single genre of anime. Now, it's probably not going to be every single genre. It's just more dramatic of a title. But there's going to be a lot. So, essentially what we are doing here, if I can get this up for you guys real quick, is as such. Boink. So, oh, I like how the text is all in white now. Whoops. I wish there was like a black bar I could put there. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. Didn't quite think about that. Is there a way I can change that real quick for you guys? Let's see. Can I make it black? That'd be really cool. It says it should be black. It's kind of weird. Hi, Daiko, nice to see ya. Oh well. I suppose this is how we're gonna have to do it, huh? Might have to take that off then. We'll do that like... But I will still see your guys' chat. And we'll take it off here for you guys. Make it a little less... There we go. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, this particular one is anime genres for those having problems finding a new anime to watch. So I'm going to kind of give some recommendations for beginners, maybe some more seasoned people. So I'll give like a few recommendations in each one. I've seen most of these. There's a particular one I'm going to skip. You'll know it when we get to it. Daily Dose, nice to see you. Thank you for popping in, dude. So, essentially what we do is we spin the wheel, and then whatever it lands on is the... Oh, thank God. I thought we were gonna... Well, so this one won't count. We'll go to... We'll do a fresh spin, but I kind of want to show you what you get, what we're going to do with this. And I got my anime list pulled up over here so I can kind of check and make sure I remember what the hell I've seen. Because I've seen over like nearly 700 shows at this point. So there's a lot in this old crusty noggin that I don't necessarily remember all of it. And there we go. It's a little better. So, and then you guys feel free to give your own recommendations in the comments. That'd be cool. It's nice to see. So, yeah. Let's get started. Yeah, I can see someone already caught that one. All right, let's do it. First one. Boom. And we got Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck. Okay. The it's not hard to find one for this. The problem is there's too many. Drama is such a broad genre. So I would have to give a few for drama. The other thing is a lot of dramas have different genres connected to it. Comedy dramas, romance dramas, action dramas. If we're talking about like drama, oh, goodness. I'm trying to think of like a drama. Holy hell. It's tough. Every drama I'm thinking of, I think it would be better for a different genre. You see what I mean? This is a weird one to get for the first one. Oh man, it's actually far tougher than I thought, because the rest are. I'm half tempted to skip it. Oh, I'm half tempted to skip it. Not because I can't think of one, because I can think too many is my problem. So for now, goodness, I don't want to skip the first one because then I look like a total scrub. I'll look at my live chat here. Oshinoko. See, Oshinoko, that's tough too. I think that's probably, gosh, that's tough. Because again, there's so many other aspects that go into a drama. Because just a pure drama is so hard to find. I think Oshi would be a decent one. I think it fits a little more into the music and comedy side. And mystery, very much so. But yeah, I think Oshinoko would be a good one. Seeing Koi to Uso? Am I blanking on the Japanese name? Do I know this? Koi to Uso. I am not familiar with this at all. Wow, I've never heard of this. Love and Lies. Ooh. Looks very much like a romance drama. You don't think comedy when you think of Oshi? Seriously? That's interesting. Considering the whole premise of it. Like, if you were to explain it to someone, what, like, the whole thing is, it's hilarious. That's actually a really funny idea for a show. A guy gets murdered and reincarnated as his idol's baby. That's funny. And there's a lot of funny moments within it. It's got an aura of comedy when it isn't that. I don't think it's a pure drama. That's the thing, because if you rewatch it, there's quite a bit of comedy. When I'm thinking like drama, I would almost think of something like Monster keeps coming to my head, because Monster is something that is so pure on it, but again, that's almost like a mystery drama to me. There's always like another thing connected to drama, that's why it's so tough to like nail that down. Monster, I think, would be fairly good. As good if you don't think it's very good in my. It has comedic moments, but it takes things very seriously. I agree. I just think that it's not. See, pure drama. That's why I'm struggling with a pure drama. I would almost say Silent Voice is fairly close. Yeah, I would almost say Silent Voice is pretty close to being a pure drama. That might be a good recommendation. And quite honestly, if you haven't seen Silent Voice at this point, I don't know how the hell you found me. But I think that's a great one for beginners. Trying to think of something that's a little more. You know what? I'm going to go to a different one just because there's we could be on this for all day. So I'm going to go to the more specific ones and we'll have a little more fun. Ooh. Ooh. Police. Okay. That's interesting. Police. Okay, so there's a few that are coming to my mind. If we're talking like police, detectives, that kind of thing, there's a few there could be. There's a few coming to my head, and none of them are particularly good at the moment. I would say, I'm trying to think of ones that would be, there's a few that are coming to my head. There's one I would almost categorize more as military, so I'll keep it for that. I don't want to give that one away. Yeah, none of the ones I'm thinking of for police are particularly good. Prison School is not a police one. So, trying to think. So there's a few that kind of are categorized in other ones. I think the closest one I can think of for funny, some of you, okay, so one of you said it for sure. Yeah, two of you. Psychopaths, absolutely, I would say is the closest thing to what I would say is like a police show. Gosh, there's another one too, and I'm blanking, but Psychopaths is for sure. I'd also kind of categorize it in like cyberpunk mystery maybe, but you're looking for a good cop show. I mean, first season, great dynamic. If you're looking for that like police dynamic, the kind of weird buddy cop thing, which I don't think calling it a buddy cop is particularly accurate, but it's got a really great atmosphere. Dirty Pair. No. AOT, interesting. Death Note's an interesting one. Yeah, I actually think that's not a bad one, actually. Just considering, L is by all definitions a cop. So while I think it's far more of a drama, that would be a good drama. Far more of a drama mystery. Yeah. No, I think that'd be a great one for police. Sara Zenmai. That's an interesting one. Would I call that a cop show, though? I don't know if I would call Sara Zenmai a cop show as much as I'd call it a comedy show. Because when I think of a police show, I think of really utilizing the idea of what police do, which I think Psychopaths and to an extent Death Note would do. There are cops in it. I get that, but that's not. It's like having clowns in a show about like people dying and saying it's a comedy kind of thing. Just because there are clowns in it doesn't mean it's a comedy. Essentially, main villains using cops. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Oh, this is easy. Cool fantasy. So there's a lot you can do with that one. I feel like there's going to be one or two that that people are going to think I'm going to say. And I really don't want to. I actually want to see what you guys say first. There's two that I know are going to come up, and unfortunately I'm just going to have to say no. Because I don't want to recommend them, because I don't think, one, any beginners would particularly like these shows, and two, there's one of them. I think Made in Abyss has great world building to it. I would never recommend that show to anyone, because it's just, there's too many things that it does that I would feel uncomfortable telling someone to watch it. So like, it's for like seasoned anime watchers that can like turn that part of their brain off to where it just doesn't it doesn't affect it, which we're just kind of desensitized to it. Mushoku Tensei is the same way, although I think that one's far more egregious, to be honest. I think Frieren is probably the easiest one to recommend. I think that, I mean, I've shown that to a coworker of mine and someone who's very much into that kind of thing, and they grasped right to it. So I think Frieren would be good. I also think Delicious in Dungeon would be really good. That was the other one that I had recommended to him, and he just crushed through it. And that's the one that me and my wife are watching right now. And I think that's super easy to get into. And you can watch the English. I think the English dub is okay. It's easy to watch. Great animation, because it's Trigger. So, like, it's got deceivingly good animation when it doesn't really necessarily have to. The action's great. The food looks delicious. And I just like how they go so far into how to do it. And some of those things, I wish someone on YouTube would find a way to, like, substitute the meals that they make in there for, like, real life stuff and try to make it. Because I think that'd be kind of cool. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Quest, you're with me. Hellsing, I don't know. I think Hellsing's kind of dated, to be completely honest. If there's vampire genre, maybe. I think there's actually better vampire shows, to be completely honest. All right, let's keep going. Parody. Okay. Well, first thing that comes to my mind is Pop Team Epic. I think that would be I mean, it's a little much. I would say it's kind of hard to really push that. I think Pop Team Epic is deceivingly funny. If you get a good gag, it's great. Trying to think what else to parody pretty well. Gintama does a lot of really good parody. Gintama's also really long. So it's another one that I'm let's see. Ghost Stories dub. Oh man. Maybe 10 years ago. I don't know if some of those jokes would do particularly well today. I think a lot of people would find them really offensive. Eminence in Shadow. I have not watched Eminence in Shadow, actually. I got friends keep telling me to watch it. Lucky Star. Nice. But yeah, I would say it's tough because I'm trying to, like, do parody, not comedy. You know, because some of them are very pure parody. There's one I'm missing, because there's actually one I think is a really good one, and for some reason I can't quite think of it. Goodness. Where did Quest go? Quest, help me. There's one I'm missing. Really, this guy, have you done that one? Haven't done it yet. You missing out big. What am I missing? Oh, for Eminence? We'll see. We'll see. Gosh, there's something there's a big one I'm missing that's... No, not Konosuba. Nichijou, that's the one. Yeah, Nichijou. I just started watching it. I think it's really funny. I had not watched it. I think it's really funny. But, yeah. Boom. Ooh, martial arts. Okay. Martial arts. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think of a good one. So, for me personally, and this could be in a few different genres, I think Katana Gatari is, for me, the best martial arts anime. That's like watching an old samurai movie, just done up in a really beautiful way. A lot of exposition, I will say, so don't be too thrown off by that. There's a lot of sword fighting. It's really beautifully told stories. They're kind of like a bunch of movies. It's 12 episodes. Is it 12 episodes? It's 12, but each one is like an hour. So it's like watching this series of movies. And the last one is just awesome. Like a pure epic. So I think that one I would definitely recommend. Hajime no Ippo, interesting. I'll put that more in sports. Kenichi's not as good as I think you guys think it is. Not that great. I think I know it's kind of what people think of when they think of martial arts. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Baki. I think Baki would be phenomenal to recommend because just as over the top as you possibly can get with the concept. I think it's a blast. It's so stupid. You just gotta watch it and not take it seriously. If you do, you'll have a blast watching it. I think it's super fun. Man, I wish I had another person. Hold on. Quest, are you still here? Quest. You want to join? I need someone to bounce this shit off of. This would be fun to do. So if you're still here, I'll text you. In the meantime, we'll continue. Hell's Paradise. I don't think that counts. No, it's more of an action than would be in martial arts. I think the tough part is because the action in anime uses a lot of martial arts. I think a lot of people think that a show is about martial arts. So I wouldn't say that's martial arts. It's kind of like saying Jujutsu Kaisen is a martial arts anime, even though they use a lot of hand-to-hand combat. Not quite. Okay, let's do another one here. I'm surprised no one said God of High School. I'm surprised that one died off as fast as it. Oh God. Shit. Okay. This, definitely need someone to bounce eyes off for this one. Oh shit. Okay. Skip. That's really funny. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I knew JoJo was coming. Okay, so I'm gonna try to take this one. See, it's tough because like Yaoi is like a little more. It's tough because Shonen Ai is essentially the same thing except far more explicit. Oh goodness. Yuri on Ice. See, that's the thing. A lot of them are not super explicit about it. The one I could think of... No, that would be Shonen Ai too. Oh, that's a tough one. Death Note. That's funny. Yeah, that's where I'm... We might have to skip that, but we're not necessarily hard skipping it. Shonen Ai and Shoujo Ai are the same thing, except they're what normally it would be. So, unfortunately, it's kind of like lumped in with hentai at this point. All right, let's see here. Oh God, magic. Ooh, magic. Okay. Let's see, do I want to go super literal with this? Like Little Witch Academia? Which I think is heavily underrated. Not a lot of people watch Little Witch Academia. I got a cough. Mishoku Tensei? No, definitely not. I'm never recommending that to anyone. Mashl's an easy answer. I like Mashal. It doesn't like blow me away. I think it's an easy show for people to watch though. Mid Clover. So that's another one. Like Black Clover's in the same boat as Mashal for me. Fate Zero, interesting. I don't think any of the Fate series. I wouldn't recommend Fate Zero, though. I'd recommend Stay Night instead. I think a prequel should be treated as a prequel, meaning you should watch this main series first and then watch the prequel. Personally, you know, I think that's the reason it feels good, is because you know the characters, so when you see them in the prequel, it was written for that purpose. I'm a huge advocate for that. So yeah, I would say that. Again, I think Little Witch Academia is heavily underrated. I remember a long time ago watching Burn the Witch, and I actually thought that was pretty okay. They haven't done anything with it in a while. I heard that they were going to, and then they never did. Burn the Witch is, I should be, you know what? You know what I should be doing? I should be, like, bringing this stuff over here so that you guys can see some of these, because I want people to have a visual representation of this shit. Burn the Witch. So this is Burn the Witch. And that's a really low score. I didn't think it was that bad. But yeah, let's Burn the Witch. And then what else we got here? Little Witch. Little Witch looks awesome because it's triggered. It's also a really low score. It's a lot of fun. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it is pretty good. I've been pulling these up on a tab. Good, I'm glad. I will do it myself. ReZero. I wouldn't quite recommend that as a magic show. I should have recommended it as a fantasy show, to be honest, but we got Isekai. We'll get there. But yeah. What's the one show back in the day? It kind of sucked, but was it Zero no Tsukima, I believe? Yes. Tsukaima. The show. Familiar of Zero. I have no idea how it's as popular as it is. This came out when I was first watching anime back in, like, goodness, when was this? Yeah, 2006. It has a huge fan base. Man, it sucks. It's really not good. Like, if you watch it now, oh, dude, you thought some of these other shows were dated. You have no idea. It's something nice. I don't like the characters. Yeah, no, the characters are obnoxious. For sure. All right. Boink. Welcome to Demon School Arumakum would be a good one. I haven't watched it. Is that a magic show? I'm actually not familiar with that. It never hit me as something that I would be like super into. It looked good enough. What do we got? Shoujo. Oh, that's easy. I mean, you gotta do the queen of shoujo, which is Fruits Basket. I think Fruits Basket is quintessential viewing. If you're not seeing Fruits Basket, then what are you doing with your life? Oran's another good one. I think Oran's fun. Very quintessential comedy shoujo. What is this? What is shoujo? Shoujo is anime specifically targeted towards younger girls. So you'll get a lot of kind of more female themes, romance. You're not going to get an action shoujo very often. You will, but they are very girly, if that makes sense. High school, Komi-san. I don't know if that's a shoujo. I wouldn't say that's a shoujo, honestly. Villainous level 99. Ooh, that's a fun one. Citrus. Yeah, we could have put that in shoujo I, to be honest. Madoka. Yeah, I wouldn't say yeah, you're with me, Quest. Komi seems kind of leaning towards the other way. Yeah, because just because it has romance doesn't mean it's leaning to... Because, here's a good example. Like, Danger's in My Heart. When I first watched it with my wife, she had trouble connecting with it because even though it's a romance, it's told from the male's perspective. It's the male side of the romance. as opposed to something like Fruits Basket, where Fruits Basket is told by the female side of the romance. They're two very different things. So even though it's about romance, it can still be a shonen. It can still be a romance that's targeted towards younger boys. Kageki Shoujo. Also, I should be pulling these up again. I'm sorry. I'm doing bad at this. Kageki Shoujo. I'm not familiar with this. I've never seen this. Interesting. Is it worth a watch? Not review starlet, to be clear. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I was going to say, when I clicked on it, I'm like, is this another one? The Curtain Rises Opera Girl. I feel like I watched the opening to this. This was fairly recent, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. I definitely saw the opening to this. Enjoyed it a lot. Okay. Cool. Full Moon. Ooh. Look at you. Fire Smasher 999. Good one. So Full Moon, Wo Sagashite is the full name. It's actually a very sad show. The art style is so quintessential, like 80s, 90s shoujo. It's also a music anime. It's about I don't want to give a ton away, but it's about a girl who wants to be a singer, has an illness that keeps her from doing so. It's kind of think like I almost wanted to say like Fairly Odd Parents in a way, where these two people give her the ability to sing. I don't want to give a ton away. It's a longer show. It's old. Here, I'll show it to you. Full Moon. Whoa. And then that should give it to me. There you are. Yeah. Oh, baby. It's actually not that old. It looks far older than it is. Yeah, look at that art style. Oh, yeah. And, yep. So, it's actually ranked really well. Must have had a renaissance. But, yeah, it is a bit long for what it is. But it's fun. It's sad. It can be, like, there's some parts where it can get a little, not dark, but heavy. So, just keep that in mind. All right. My Little Monster. Oh, wow. I haven't heard of that in a very long time. Yeah, I remember watching, like, a few episodes of this and dropping off. Wasn't quite my thing. It was a bit generic. But, yeah. It's alright. Okie dokie. Let's keep going. Alright, here we go. Oh, boy. So, this is going to be the toughest part of the stream, is trying to think of a harem that actually works. Let's see. I mean, this last one about the guy with like 1,000 girlfriends. Bokuben. Nah, that's yeah. I'm with you on that one. For sure. We never learn. Is that how we say it? Yes. This one's actually pretty good. Another instance of romance that is targeted more towards boys. See, Shonen. Boink. It's also in Shonen Jump. This one's cute. It's fun. I never put it on my list. What the fuck? I love it when I come across something where I'm like, oh, whoopsie doopsie. Beautiful. Classroom of the Mid. Nice. There's like a million titles. Date Alive. You keep saying Eminence in Shadow. I don't think that means what you think it means. I kind of want more like Harem. Goat author of all time gave every girl an ending. That's what I love about it. Yeah, it's Bokuben's a great title for that because there's a lot of harems. I mean, a lot of harems that if I could think of, like Shuffle. Shuffle's like quintessential harem. It's like a dog shit show. So like, To Love Ru, another show that just kind of sucks to be completely honest. High School DD is fine. I would never recommend it to someone. Don't want to be that kind of perv. Harem King, like Demon King DeMaio. That's another harem. Show just kind of like that. It just kind of sucks. Shuffle has a good ending. Define good. Clannad is technically a harem as well, but it's not like in the most traditional of terms, I would say. I don't think that I wouldn't feel good about calling Clannad a harem. School Days. I mean, that almost sounds like the most traditional definition of a harem, honestly. With all the dark shit, too. Tenchi Muyo. I mean, Tenchi Muyo as a franchise, that was the very first harem I ever watched. Was Tenchi Muyo, like, the original Tenchi Muyo. And Ryoko was my... Oh, you want to talk about my first, like, anime crush? Ooh. Oh, boy. That would be it. I like how you're specifically on GXP. That's funny. Because I think Tenchi in and of itself is a harem. Just in general. And I don't really like GXP, to be completely honest. All right, we're going on. We got so many we could do on this one, but I don't want to take forever on it. Let's keep going. I highly doubt we're going to get through all these. Sorry, 10:55 for me. Ooh, game. Easy. Okay, so if you know me, you know what I'm going to say because there's a lot of game animes that talk about, you know, being in a video game or talk about gaming or all that kind of shit. The quintessential fucking one. It's not SAO. It's not fucking No Game No Life. You creepy people. It's not. 100 Girlfriends spoofs the genre so hard. It's like recommending Konosuba as an Isekai pick. I personally want it. Oh, for real? Yeah. All right. Dot hack. None of you are right. Dot hack is fine. Gamers, fine. I'm telling you right now. In the last, like, 10 or so years, the one gaming anime that got me, like, thinking, wow, they actually thought about video gaming and how the mechanics work and how you would actually make it work in an actual show. It's fucking Shangri-La Frontier. I love that show. Because it just feels like a dude legitimately, like you're watching his Let's Play. And it's very much an action anime, but they clearly took into account how it works as a video game. And there's some things in the dialogue where I'm like, you know, they didn't have to do that, but they did it because they wanted to make it work as a video game. So if you haven't watched it, it's probably one of the ones that most of you probably haven't seen. Absolutely watch it if you're into that kind of stuff. It doesn't have like the most amazing action animation by any means. If it did, it would be killer. But as far as like the dialogue and the action mechanics, I think it's very funny. I think the characters are cool. I like how the three people that you see, like, essentially in the opening that kind of carry the show, they're not done in that really cringy, like, anime way where they're just like, you know, we're friends and we have to say. No, like, they straight up, like, it's like a barter, and they would do it like they would in real life, where they're like, I want something, you want something, hey, let's do this real quick. And like, it comes at it almost from like a semi-cynical way. And I love it. And like, they trash talk each other. They're all like fucking around with each other. They troll each other. That's real. Like, that's legit. So that's absolutely my pick. Has anyone else got anything else? Charlotte's nuts for that. Oh yeah. Thought it was an isekai. It's not an isekai. Nope. It is just straight up, he goes into a VR game to play. And quite honestly, if it ever got to that point where they get stuck in the game and all that stuff, I'd be a little disappointed. Because that's not what makes it interesting. All right, let's keep going. Boink. Oh, yeah? oh, yeah? Oh, no. Okay, so how do I get around this? Because I'm not going to be recommending hentai, that's for sure. So I gotta recommend something that's close. Let's see. It's the horniest thing I can think of that would be worth watching. And for the love of God, do not put a bunch of shit in my chat that will get us fucking banned. Yeah, that's where I was going. Interspecies Reviewers, low key, is kind of well written. Like, not gonna lie, I think it's got a cool world. I think the world building is pretty cool, and it's just kind of interesting and funny. Like, it's like if you like Pokemon and like collecting shit, they're kind of doing that in a really horny way. My wife just walked by, of course. That's when my wife walks by, is when we hit hentai. And now I got to talk about interspecies reviewers. Hi. Love you. Okay, so redo of Healer, dude. If you like that, you're kind of fucked. Redo of Healer was just super uncomfortable. Anime we forgot. Anime Testament of You know, what was the one? What was the one that came out this last season? Is it Gushing Over Magical Girls? Is that the one that just came out? It was like super pornographic. A lot of Redo of Healer. Man, do y'all like Redo of Healer? That is a shame. Gushing. Yeah, they were being quite literal about that, honestly. All right, I'm moving on. Adventure. Ooh, very cool. I would put Free Rein in here again. But as far as adventure goes, I think Magi is very underrated. I think it's a good show. Let me put it up here. I'm gonna put this over here just so that whenever something comes up, it's about the Tale of Aladdin, which is quite fun. I like Magi as an adventure show. I think that Ranking of Kings is also really good. I think people are a little hard on it. But I think Ranking of Kings is quite good if you're into that sort of thing. Ranking of Kings, it's very good. I also would recommend, I'm trying to think of, like, again, Delicious in Dungeon is another really good one. A lot of the adventures are pretty fantasy tinged. I think of one that's not fantasy tinged. Spice and Wolf's not a bad one. Vinland Saga, yes, I'd put that more under like a historical drama. I think adventure's a little. I mean it is, but it's not like when you think of adventure, you think of the idea of growing yourself by going out into your surroundings and just bettering yourself as a person. That is not what Vinland Saga was in the first season, and in the second season it didn't involve adventuring. So I don't know if I would categorize it as an adventure, to be completely honest. One Piece, I haven't watched enough of One Piece to recommend it, but I like it. A lot of people who finish it, it's just their favorite thing ever. I'll be honest, y'all hype it up a little too much, to the point where I don't think you're ever going to be able to satisfy my expectations. Kino's Journey is a good one. The original, highly recommend the original. I think it's on High Dive. If you have High Dive, I believe it's on that. So watch the original. The new one is okay. It's not my favorite. Yeah, I can't think of any others. Can't think of any others that I would recommend. Yeah, Kino's Journey is great. If you like little stories within kind of an episodic framework, it's really great. Really great. Mr. Goat, want to know old anime movies that is recommendable. Old anime movies? Yikes. Oh, you're recommending Night of the Galactic Railroad. I think I was on television at work when I had the Anime All Day channel on. It's pretty good. All right, let's keep going here. Go to music. Go to music. Fuck. I wanted to go to the one where I'd have plenty of things to say. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. We haven't gotten that many. Space. The final frontier. So, I'm going to do my favorite. It's in my top 10. This is kind of a weird one. Not a lot of people know about it, which is weird. It's called Space Brothers. It's very much grounded in reality. It's not like a science fiction. Because science fiction, I think, is completely different. This is more science reality. Space Brothers is about two brothers. One got into NASA and is going to the moon. And the other is like kind of, I believe, in his mid-30s. And got a new kind of push in his life to retake the test to become an astronaut. So you're following these two stories. It almost sounds like it would be boring, but it is super interesting. And a lot of times very kind of like captivating. And it gets really emotional at points. It's just a really well-written story. Yeah, no, I would absolutely recommend Space Brothers. I don't think if anyone hasn't watched that, it's long, but give it a chance. Gunbuster's cool. Okay, nice. Yamato, nice. Gundam, yeah. Astra Lost in Space. Have not watched that yet. It's Kaiju number 8 Space? I didn't think that was space. Is it space? Yeah, I heard things about Astra that it was like really good, but it didn't look like anything crazy. Outlaw Star, nice. Surprised no one said Cowboy Bebop yet. That's crazy. Darling in the Franxx. Like the first 14 episodes, maybe. I think people forget how many people were into that shit. Kaiba is a great recommendation. I'm gonna pull that up actually. It's fucking weird, but oops, did not spell that right. Kaiba. Yeah, Kaiba. It's Science Saru, I believe. Right? Or is it? No, it's Madhouse, but it's done by Masaki Yuasa. I'm correct about that, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. The animation is pretty awesome. But, yeah, that's Masaki Yuasa. It's one of his more unknown shows. The animation's great. It's a weird one. It's a little hard to follow. I think, gosh, where did I watch that? There's a place, there's an anime channel. I think it does a lot of free stuff. And it's on there. I forgot what that was. It's like Anime Crush or something. Maybe Anime Rush. And I watched it there. So yeah, it's a good one. Let's keep going. Wow, it's getting late. fuck me. Vampire. Okay. So the only vampire one that I like really enjoyed as a vampire. Well, there's a few that are okay. So everyone's gonna say the same ones. They're gonna be like Hellsing, Hellsing Ultimate. They're gonna there they are. There's maybe a Vampire Diaries. There's a Seraph of the End, yeah. And those never did it for me. JoJo's, honestly, there's like a few that not a lot of people talk about. Which, if I am not mistaken, Shiki is one of those, I believe. Vampire Enume. Shiki is not a lot of people talk about Shiki. It's quite good. I would say Shiki. Much more horror. And then another one that not a lot of people are talking about is Call of the Night, which is on the opposite side. This is more of a slice of life, slice of night. These colors here, that's what you get. It's a beautiful looking show. You can't watch Shiki anywhere, sadly. Yeah, it used to be on Funimation. I think it's one of the shows that got cut. Now, I watched it on Funimation, so, but I also have it on Blu-ray, so I got lucky. But yeah, so Call of the Night is underrated. Was this a vampire anime? This one was a wild one. I think this was a vampire one. I think vampires are far more like, if they weren't vampires, they were vampire-like. This is a wild one. It's also extremely horny. So, I remember watching this way back in college. It was crazy. Vampire Princess Miyu? You recommending me trash, Napkin? Vampire Princess Miyu. This looks like dog shit. Usually pan as larva. Once an evil shin, now everybody guardian. This sounds fine. It's old. 90s. Studio Jack. Nice. Vampire dies in no time. I heard about that. It didn't look particularly good. But, yeah. It's Monster of the Week. I like Monsters of the Week. Or Monster of the Weeks. All right, let's do it again. Give me a good one, please. Kids. I don't know. A good kids anime. So if we're talking about like traditional kids anime stuff, because I don't watch kids anime. Let's see what you guys have. Let's see. Gunma-chan. Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody, let's keep on dancing. See, now we're talking like kids anime, not anime with kids. Yeah, this is a tough one. They're all kind of like not very good. This one might be a skip. We're going again. All right. Time for the gay. Here we go. Okay, so now that we got yaoi before, now we can actually go into it. So there's two, I would say, that are worth a watch. One is Banana Fish. It's quite good. It's also very sad. And it's a crime show. And if you like crime, it's more crime than it is. So Shonen Ai is essentially a boy love or gay romance for men. And so Talk about Banana Fish. And Banana Fish isn't just a good shonen AI, it's a good show. Like, it's phenomenal. I mean, look at the score. Kind of speaks for itself. Phenomenal show. So, I would say... I like how they put it as shoujo. I don't know if I'd do that as much, but... Blue Period's another one. Yep. I almost said Blue Pyramid. Blue Period. It's about art. And it's got some actually really good characterizations for its characters. Like, it's quite a deep show. Especially for this particular character. It tackles, without getting into anything spoilery, it tackles a particular topic in a very... not in a safe way, but a very graceful way. And I think it's kind of missing because a lot of that particular topic is kind of handled with kitty gloves. So it's cool to see it done in a very heartfelt and vulnerable way. And it really kind of just, really tugs at your heartstrings. But if you like the idea of putting your all into a specific art, it's really cool. The one I was going to say was Given. Given is another great shonen ai. If you like music shows, music is great in this. It's done by Sentimillennial. Good stuff. Yeah, and it's got it's one of those shows there where everybody's gay. So that's kind of the thing in anime. If it's a gay romance, everyone's gay. It's just kind of one of those things. But this show is very heartfelt, and it's done in a very very emotional way. So yeah. Free Shonen Ai? I don't believe Free Shonen Ai. I think it's kind of like Euphonium, where it's very much implied, but not out downright. Just Dropkick on My Devil. I'm not familiar with that. Dropkick on my... Oops. Spelled dropkick wrong. No. What? No. All right, we're going on. Ooh, reverse harems. Okay. Okay. We get to go into the deep trenches with this one. I would say I want to be a little more creative with this one because Fruits Basket gets the obvious one. Yep, and then Oron's the other obvious one. I think Amnesia is pretty underrated. I thought that was pretty good. It's based off a visual novel. Way back in the day. Got an underrated opening too. If you want to hear a cool opening, look up the Amnesia anime opening. I could pull it up here. Amnesia. Sure, something. Okay, there it is. Yes, Amnesia. It's got that reverse anime look for sure. Excuse me. And there's there's this other one. It's not particularly good. It's a music reverse harem. Yes, this one right here. Yes, Lacorda. Oh man, it's not very good, but it's kind of cool to have a reverse harem music anime. I think that's cool. It's not very good. It's done in the mid 2000s, the dark age of anime, where everything just looked a little off. It's unfortunate. What else we got here? Kami-sama Kiss, I would absolutely recommend. Let's keep going. Oh, crap. Gonna do a few more. You bastard. We already did that. Give me a fun one. Give me a fun one. Give me a fun school. So, I think we're talking school life. I'm starting to realize... Oh, no, they put romance on here. Because I was going to say, school life is very intrinsically put into romance. I would say K-On! For sure. That's like the most pure school life show I can possibly think of. It's K-On! Because it's very random. Just a bunch of girls just going to school, doing school shit. And there's like a through line, but not really. You're just watching a bunch of girls go to school. It can't be sailor uniform. Okay, wait. Yeah. Oh, a cabbie. A cabbie. Hell yeah. I watched an episode of this and dropped it. Is it good? I might pick it back up. I did drop it. Unfortunately. Asabe Asabase, I would definitely say, is a comedy. For sure. Great Teacher Onizuka is a comedy too, but I think it's a little more school life. But it's a different type of school life. It's not about the students, it's about the teacher. Nichijou, yeah, I would say it's a little more of a comedy. School Rumble, yeah. Excuse me. Akebi's Mega Kino. Ooh, interesting. Hi, I just joined. What's happening? We're doing recommendations for a bunch of genres of anime. Yeah, we're just having fun. Chilling, having fun. Hope you guys enjoy it. You know, I could put on some chill music. Although, I'm just going to do a few more of these, so we're not going to be here for much longer. But I guess I could add music for the time being. Let's do that. Add some chill shit to play in the background. Anime girl lo-fi. We'll do that. We'll put on some anime girl lo-fi here. I don't even know if it's actually playing on the thing. No, it's not. It's because they didn't have the right output. Oh well. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have music. That's fine. We've been going this long. Komi Can't Communicate's another good one. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I think that might actually be a better one for Silent Voice too. Silent Voice is in the same boat, and it's a very different part of school life. You know, it's him trying to make up for lost time and mistakes. I think that's a good one too. I think Dangers in My Heart, even though it's very primarily a romance, I would also say is a school life too. Just because of how much outside of that romance is about growth. And it's in middle school instead of high school, which I think is also it's a little unique. But man, it goes into some really good stuff. So I would absolutely recommend. Yeah, Kubo is not that great. I would recommend Dangers in My Heart far more. That show is probably my favorite show that I've watched in the last few years. It's phenomenal. It does everything I love in a show. And as a school life, I think school life and as a romance, it's peak. Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. All right, let's keep going. Couple more. I already did reverse harem. Spin. Oh, excuse me. I hate sci-fi. I'm skipping sci-fi. We already kind of talked about it. I'm skipping sci-fi. You fuck. Okay, good. Sorry, I don't like sci-fi. Don't shoot. I don't like sci-fi. Some sci-fi all like kind of just are the same. It's all the same to me. Sexophonistas, that is a cool name. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Sci-Fi is great. I know you would. I know. I'm sorry. You can hate me. It's fine. I get it. But now I'm on my ground. Haha. So we're talking about romance now. Like I just said, Dangers in My Heart. Peak romance. Although, I will say this. If you watch... So, yeah, on your thing, Quest, I would almost... I don't know if that... Here's the thing. I would categorize that more like a military show. Because that's where I think its essence is for me, personally. It's a military drama with, the sci-fi elements. But I guess you're right. That's what we'll do. We'll say 86 is my recommendation for sci-fi, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, all right, Vivi. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I like how I skipped sci-fi, and you fuckers bring me back. What's going on, bastards? All right, romance. So, Dangers in My Heart. Another good romance that not a lot of people talk about, and I'm going to try to find it here. Oh, God. How am I going to find this? I forgot what it's called. Shit. It's on my anime list, actually. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this fucker. It starts with a T. I know that much. And there's a lot that I could recommend, and trust me, I will, but there's a few that are lesser known that I want to recommend here. It is... Tsuki ga Kyrie. Very underrated. And it's another show that just kind of... Thank you! Thank you, Quest. I like how you knew that. Yeah. It's just... It lacks all the anime bullshit. And it's just a really nice, organic romance that doesn't... It just feels very down to earth and real. So if you want a show like that that's not filled with a bunch of, like, drama bullshit, this is a great one. The art's a little weird. You'll have to get used to that. But I think the romance story itself is awesome. Definitely worth that. And then the classics. Toradora. Is one of my favorites. Love is War is another good one. Clannad. It's my favorite show of all time. You don't get much better than that when it comes to a romance drama, in my opinion. Yeah. Scum's Wish. Scum's Wish, you want a little spice. Yeah, that spice is fucking cayenne. But yeah, there's tons of them. Tons of good ones lately, too. Romance has been kind of finding its way into different things in a cool way. Where you wouldn't expect romance to be. There's one coming up, too. It's called Dan Da Dan, which actually has a surprisingly good romance in it. I'm going to tell you this, though, because Dan Da Dan's coming out in October, and a lot of people are hyping it up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so waiting for the shitstorm that comes with that first episode, because that first episode is going to be fucky. And I don't think people are waiting for it. So, just be aware of that. That first episode is going to be a little fucky. Spy Family, I wouldn't say is a romance. Not yet, at least. Skip and Loafer, I also don't think is a romance. Not yet, at least. Very good slice of life. I love Skip and Loafer. I think that was super underrated. Or on High School Host Club? Yeah. A little bit. Cool. Keep going. All right. What time is it right now? Cool. I'm going to do 3 more. 3 more, baby. Let's do it. Very did Shoujo. Going again. Ooh, fun. Psychological. Ooh, okay. So how do we want to do this? There's a lot we could do for psychological. The one that gets right to my immediately is probably Psychopaths, although there's definitely a lot more elements to Psychopaths. I would say... I'm trying to think of ones I really get at, yeah. Paranoia Agent. It's probably peak psychological. You don't want to talk about really getting into your fucking head. Satoshi Kon in general. Absolutely. Watch any of his shit. Just makes you think. It doesn't even make you think. It forces you to think. It's just good shit. Heavenly Delusion. Nice. I like Heavenly Delusion. It's just not complete to me yet. Like, when it finishes, I'm sure it will be. Death Parade. Would I say that that's a psychological? A little bit. It's more of a thriller to me, I'd say. I don't think thriller's on here, though, is it? Maybe a mystery. But Death Parade is in my top 20, so I can give it a little shout out here. If you haven't watched Death Parade, I don't know what you're doing. Don't know what you're doing with your life. Kakegurui. Is there a gambling one on here? That could have been game too. Which reminds me, if we were talking about that too, if it was that type of game, Kakegurui would be a good one. Kaiji is far better. Watch Kaiji. Kaiji fucking made me lose like 30 pounds by making me sweat, dude. Oh my god. What a fucking stressful show that was. I like how it just... Give me new ones, please. That must mean we did a lot of these. Fucking... Come on. Come on. Give me something... Good lord. Good lord. I think if we keep doing this... Perfect Blue is a good one, too. Ooh. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic. Post-apocalyptic. There we go. Now, there's one... Damn it, there's one I want to recommend, but it would be a fucking spoiler. Shit. Fuck. Zom 100 is a good one. Girls Last Tour is a good one. Akira is a great one. If you haven't watched Akira, that's just quintessential. God, there's one I want to say, but I feel like it would be a big spoiler. Shoot. Because it is post-apocalyptic. But I can't say it. Quest, you probably know which one I'm talking about. Fuck. Do I say it or do I not? Quest, do I say it? Or is it more important that I don't? Because I think it... Was it said in the first bit? I don't know. My referee is going to tell me it's Seraph at the end. Seraph at the end's kind of lame. Don't? Okay. I figured. Yeah, I figured. I wish I could recommend it, though. I can't now, because I should have done it earlier when there was a different one. Like, when would I have recommended it? Maybe Drama? Ugh, what a bummer. Rip. You have to find it on your own. But the people who know the show know what I'm talking about, because I think I've already, yeah. All right, one more. Woo! There we go. It's military. 86. Boom. Just for the fun of it. Let's do Isekai, because it's right next to it. Tell me which Isekais that you recommend. Mine... The one I think is the best, even though people think it sucks. It's just never gotten better than it. It's Re:Zero. Oh, people love to hate it. I don't get it. That is like the best telling of that type of story to me. Phenomenal. Tanya's fun. Yeah, here come the Eminence. Here they come. AOT? What? Recreators? Yeah, Recreators is cool. Recreators is a cool take on it, where it's not a guy in our world going to a fantasy world. It's fantasy world people coming to our world. It's a cool take. First few episodes of Shield Hero, and then just dip. Yeah, that's what most people did. At midnights. Oh, that's funny. I'm telling you, I'm going to watch it and just be like, wow, why do people keep recommending this shit to me? Because I feel like I'm going to hate it. Ghost in the Shell isn't an isekai. Ghost in the Shell is sci-fi. I'll do one more. That went a little faster than I thought it would. Oh, shit. Ecchi. Okay. I think Grand Blue is a great ecchi show, but it's primarily a comedy, but it can get very horny. Dudes and girls, bros and dudes. It's really, really funny. It's about college kids kind of just like partying and drinking, and then every now and then they scuba dive. It's quite fun. And a second season is apparently in the works, which made me girl squee. Seriously. What's another good ecchi? There's good ecchi shows if they use it in a comedic way. It's the ones that try to be like serious, or like romantic when they do that kind of shit, and I'm like, ugh, stop. It's gotta be funny. There's another one. There is another one, and I can't quite remember it. There are good ecchi shows. No, I didn't. Prison School is filthy. But would I call it an ecchi? I feel like ecchi is more like filthy for pleasure's sake, and Prison School is just filthy. This is a gross show. Food Wars. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Yeah, in the less traditional sense. It's like an ecchi shonen battle anime. It's not a bad one. I like Food Wars. I wish it would get a reboot. They ended it like shit, and it really bums me out. If you get to the end, don't watch the final episode. Read the final like 4-5 chapters. That's the way to do it. Because when I read it, I thought it ended really, really well, and actually in a really cute way. They rushed the fuck out of that last episode. That last like 2 minutes was a full like 50-page chapter, and really like put in all the storyline beats throughout the entire show and just wrapped it in a nice little bow. And then the show was just like, oh, I gotta get this shit done. So, all right, that was it. High School of the Dead. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. What a romp. I love that one. It's just fun. Just fucking crazy fun. Love that shit. All right, guys. Thank you for popping in. This was fun. I feel like now people are actually starting to show up, which is a bummer, because now I'm actually gonna call it a night. But thank you for all for popping in. Look at my eyes. Good Lord. I got the bags under my eyes. It's a rare stream. Glad I catch it. Well, thank you for coming in, Rusty. I appreciate it. I am still doing covers. I have not died. So I got a lot going on. I'm trying to kind of relax a bit this summer. Just kind of make things, a little relaxing. I am working on a Demon Slayer cover for the new opening, and I'm going to try to do Go-Go Loser Ranger. It could be a lot harder than I think. So we're going to try that. And if you guys like it, cool. I'm glad you enjoy it. So look out for those. Other than that, guys, thank you. Have a good night. Goodbye. Oops, I'm using my wrong